Hi there, fine folks out in the vinyl community and elsewhere. Morten here with another video. Yesterday, Friday, I got back to Oslo from Helgelandsmoen and I went to the record shop just before going back to my flat because the new Suede album is out. Yes, their 10th studio album, and I do love Suede a lot. I've been listening to them since, well, back then when the whole thing started. Let's look at the new Suede album. So, with everyone being in the vinyl community and everything, I'm sure you expected me to show you a vinyl album right away of the new Suede album, but it's actually the CD, or one of them anyway. There seems to be a couple of them knocking about. I was holding the regular one and this one in my hand, and I was thinking, do I really want to pay 50 kroner extra for something that rattles? Because there were little to no indication of what this so-called deluxe edition held versus the regular CD. Apart from the cover being the alternate indie sort of cover. But what I did was I started counting the number of songs on it. And as it turns out, there are 3 more songs on this than the regular CD. And I suppose the vinyl, I think. So that's why I went with this. Well, this is a clamshell, isn't it? So there were no hype stickers or anything on it. Instead, I've gone with the printing of the track list on the front, which they also, like I said, did on the regular CD. And it opens up like so, which would constitute a clamshell if memory serves me right. So what do we have in here? We have a bit of artwork, which is so thick I thought it was more. Right, so I'll just show you how that looks. And then again. There we are. Always kept up with Suede, even when they initially sort of disappointed me after their second album, because I back then did not like it. I will mention this in another video because I recently got Coming Up on vinyl, which was for me them coming back. Then, later on I really came to love Doug Manstar, but there you are. Yeah. And then we have a booklet, which, it contains lyrics. So it's got the lyrics. I just watched a video by Jack, so got a bit of Scottish accent in my head. And this is apparently stickers, which I guess if you used them you could put them on the cover and make it look a bit more like the regular cover, or somewhat else, I don't know. And then we have the CD, comes in a little paper pocket, and there's the music for broken people, it says here. Although, and I'm not sure I don't think I mentioned the title of the thing, it's Antidepressants. from what little I've read about it, it's hailed as a continuation of the splendid, some would call it comeback they had on their previous album. I guess that means that a lot of people didn't like the albums before that. I did, so there you are. But I do have a bit more to show you. I have the vinyl as well. Now, as you just heard, I just bought Coming Up on vinyl. And aside from the previous album, that wasn't just my second studio album by Suede on vinyl. I haven't really kept up. So one of the reasons I now bought a CD alongside the vinyl was the fact that I want to keep my Suede studio album CD collection, up to scratch. There's some bands where I haven't done that lately, and it annoys me, like the Pixies and a couple more. Anyway, I opted for the indie. I think it's called the indie exclusive. And once again, I don't know, it appears like they have an odd shape on the vinyl. The previous ones have been really quite odd. You had to open them like, a folded envelope. The deluxe version, the second deluxe CD version of the previous album, I think. I didn't get it. It was one of you guys got it. You had to actually rip apart the box in order to get to the CD. There was no way around it. Well, you could do some sort of surgery on it, I suppose, but you did have to cut it open in one way or another. So I'm curious to see what they've done this time. So no hype sticker as such, unless the parental advisory can be considered hype in this day and age. And right, so what are we? This is an odd one. Is it basically a record inside a? Yeah, okay. Maybe I should have bought the regular one. Unless that one's like this as well. Okay, so here is the album inside one of these things, which, I'm now really on the back foot as having to get better inner sleeves, because I'm getting a lot of rotten inner sleeves lately. The ones that actually hurt your record. So here's the album, and the reason I thought it would be a nice, extra to have the colored, or in this case white, which is a color in my opinion, vinyl. So there we are. Right, so in as much as what's going on here? Right, so there's a stiffening black cardboard thing here as well, and then what constitutes the album cover is actually a poster. Well, I guess you guys figured that out by now, but yeah. I don't know, you guys. I'm all for artistic renderings and doing things a little differently. So, all credit to them for that. But can I be perfectly honest here and say that I think that this is shit, to be honest. Maybe it's just my mood right now, which, after having a smackhead stand outside my flat and scream for a while, is a little bit on the downside. But really, I mean, posters in albums these days, unless they're reproductions of posters from, you know, the heyday of vinyl, annoy me. Because we're grown-ups now, right? A large amount, percentage of the people who buy records, and we keep up with these bands and we keep following these bands. And what do they expect us to do with posters? Are we going to frame them? We're going to buy an extra copy of their record because, you know, part of the record is now on the wall, so we have to get another one which is still intact. And I love the album art. Don't get me wrong, but is it album art when it's this? Right. Anyway, before I chase all of you away, thank you for watching. Looking very much forward to listening to this, despite. Fuck. Do I regret everything I said now? Yeah, I probably do. So anyway, thanks for watching. Please click like despite all that, and I hope to see you soon in another video. Bye bye.